Welcome back to Grenoble here on Football Manager 24. Last time, we just came off a huge win over Nice in the 10th round of the French Cup here. A 4-0 victory as we have just been cruising here 4-1 in the French Cup. 9th round over FC Bordeaux, then over Dunkirk, a 4-0 win in the Ligue 2 play, and then we have a 4-0 win over OGC Nice. Take a look at the actual game here. It really wasn't that different of a game on paper. They had the same amount of shots as we did. We only had one more on target. We just had the better quality shots. We had 2 clear-cut chances. They had no clear-cut chances. We had better possession. We had 58% possession. More fouls, but we're aggressive. We get stuck in with the tackling. That's what we do. 93% completion on those passes. Love to see that. Winning 89% of our tackles. That's just fantastic. Really just a great all-around game for us with that huge win. Ton of people with 7 ratings at least for us. Theo Valls and Dante Rigo both had 4 key passes for us. Even Jahami, the new loan guy we brought in, Jeremy Bella, he had a 7 rating coming off the bench with a key pass and a clear-cut chance created. Little side note, it is currently Feast Week here in the States. You know what that means. Rutgers coming off a loss against Kennesaw State. Now going to be taking on Notre Dame and Alabama, who just destroyed a fellow Big Ten team and put up 100 points on them in the Players Era. I believe it's called like the Players Era tournament or something like that. Basically the biggest Feast Week tournament Rutgers has ever been in my lifetime. Ready to be supremely disappointed because that's what happens when people hype up my favorite teams before the season starts. But in the good news, Feast Week also means that it is time to break out the last waltz, baby. The greatest piece of Thanksgiving media ever made, ever. Close second being Plane, Trains, and Automobiles, of course. And if you have not seen the last waltz, well then what the hell are you doing? Go watch the last waltz instead of this. I mean, come on. It's worth it just for Van Morrison's part alone. Him high-kicking on the stage. Turn up your radio. Switch on your electric light. And then we can see what's really wrong, really wrong, really wrong, really wrong. Incredible stuff. Big fan, huge fan, been a fan for many, many years. And then while we're on the topic of holiday-themed media, the best Christmas movie is Christmas Vacation. I will hear no arguments. Holy shit. Our U19 team just played a game against this team's reserves. GFA Rumeli. I'm not even gonna pronounce that. I'm not even gonna attempt. This French National 3 sides reserve team just played us, our U19 team, and I believe this is the Algerian kid. Yes, it is the Algerian striker we have on the U19 team. He is 17 years old. He scored 6 goals. Had a 10 rating. Watso had a goal. He had a 9.2 rating. Just insane stuff. We win that game 10-1. I mean, look at this. In the 3rd, and the 49th, and the 51st, and the 54th, and the 64th, and in the 76th, he scores goals. What can you say? Holy hell, apparently that French National 3 side, they're still in the French Cup. I don't know how, but they are. So let's see who we're going to play here in the 11th round of the French Cup. I mean, how many fucking... Yeah, so they go 11 rounds, then they go quarterfinal, semifinal, final. That's a lot of goddamn rounds. Holy hell. But 11th round here, let's see who we get. We get Reims. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce that. Another Ligue 1 side. Not as good of a Ligue 1 side. We just beat Nice, who I believe were like 5th or 6th at the time of us beating them. This team currently 15th in the table. Obviously much better than us when it comes to facilities and estimated value and everything. I mean, they are a Ligue 1 side. They have won Ligue 1 6 times, apparently. I'd imagine that none of those are recent. Don't know why it's not. Usually when I mouse over this, it shows me the years that they've won, but it's not doing that right now, so I don't really know. Oh, wait. There we go. There we go. 49, 53, 55, 58, 60, and 62. So yeah, they dominated the late 40s, basically the 50s and early 60s. So, been a long time, but obviously still a very strong side compared to us. We'll have our work cut out for us, but after beating Nice, we're feeling ourselves. We're feeling ourselves a little bit. We're on a roll right now. Alrighty, big game here in Ligue. We have won 4 games in a row here, with a draw in our 5 games ago, taking on this side who I still don't know how to pronounce their name. They are currently in shit form. You can see they've lost 3 of their last 5, including 2 in a row. But they are still, trying to hang on and get into those top 5 spots for a playoff spot. I believe it's top 5 for the promotion playoff spot. But yeah, they are a solid team. They beat us the last time we played them. We'll see how it goes. This time we are here at home, here at Stade des Alpes, where the big upset of Nice just took place. Okay, literally nothing happening here early in this game, so we are going to pass into space, put counter on, take off counter press, let them decide what to do there, and let's just see if we can get something going. It worked well against Nice. Let's see if we can get it going here against this Ligue 2 side, as they just threw ball right through our defense, but a nice block there from Chapche, I believe that was. We have Chapche and Shantip as our center backs this game, as Diarra's getting the day off. He's not, well, he could come in. He's on the subs right now, but starting is Shantip, as Terrain's going to float this one up to Lenny Joseph, who finds Teray, who's getting the start at the Mazzala spot because Benet is still recovering from his virus or whatever he has. And we turn it over. Nothing going on here for us. Here in the 36th, they have a corner. Guingamp up 2-0 on Rodez, who are currently the number 2 place team in this league. So we need to keep winning to outpace them. But it helps us out if Guingamp can get a win. We have not had the best day. Yeah, I can see that. And here at half, we have 1 shot. They have 6. None of them are on target. We're dominating possession, and we're doing nothing with it. Here we are in the second half. We're bringing in Amine and Hajam here at the half. At that left back spot, there's Hajam. And then Amine is coming in at that left wing spot because Lenny and Mendy were both already pretty gassed as we turn it over to start the second half. Here we go. All we've done is we've turned on play for set pieces. And there it is! Chapche starting to get unlocked here on these corners. That's his 4th goal of the season. It's 1-0 Grenoble here in the 49th minute. At least I think it was. It might have been the very end of the 48th when he scored. When does it hit his head? I mean, that is like right on the dot. Holy hell, I don't know when that was. It was the 48th. It was the 48th. They're counting it as the 48th. Free kick for the opposing side. Oh my, somehow that was a clean tackle. And nobody's there for the pass. Holy hell. Getting lucky there. My goodness. Let's see what the vision was, but they're going to counter off this now. They have numbers. But then they're going to turn it over. Terrain makes the tackle. Pastalacci finds Amine cutting. He has some space to work with. Into the left half space. Back heel to Pastalacci. Hits the bar. We still have it, then Terrain heads it right back to the other team. Oh my god. And now they're going to counter. As Palin coming down this left wing here. And then Riga makes the tackle. Fantastic. And then just, you could have easily gotten that as Sylvester, but instead you're going to hoof it and then give them a throw-in. Throw-in deep in their territory. That's a penalty. Point to the spot. Chance for the boys to go up 2-0 here. I'd imagine this is Pastalacci, yes. Pastalacci setting up for the penalty. And he drills it. It's 2-0 Grenoble. Big goal, his 15th of the season here in the 74th, or the 77th minute, rather. Or he might have scored it in the 76th. He might have scored that in the 76th. It was indeed the 76th. Fantastic stuff. As we have a throw in. We're deep in this game. Rigo and Vols have been getting worked to absolute hell lately, so I think next game those guys are just going to get a complete day off. They're probably not even going to be in the squad. I think we have like a 14th place team up next. It's QRM, I believe, is what the team is called. As we are working into the box, the two tired guys hooking up with each other. Rigo trying to score. Strong shot, but only gets a corner out of it, and he'll be taking the corner himself. Here in the 92nd. With a 2-0 lead, Guingamp going up 3-0, so we're going to take a big lead over Rodez. We do not still have... Wait, maybe. Rigo collects it. Works it back to the middle. We're being cautious here. Switching sides. Mbemba loses it. And we defend it quite nicely, force them to drop it back, and that's the end of the game. 2-0, Grenoble, another clean sheet for the lads. Not a great first half for us with the shots, but we had possession, we had a good defense, and then we just dominated that second half. What did they have, like 6 shots at the half? And they ended up with 8, still none on target. That's pretty damn good. Pretty damn good for us. I will take that. Clean sheet, 2-0 win. Love to see it. That is now 11 in a row unbeaten for the boys from the Alps, dating back to this game against VAFC at the end of October 21st. We have not lost since before then. And then our home unbeaten run stretches back 10 games. So just a fantastic run we are currently on. We are in great form. Alrighty, we are here taking on QRM. They are rocking the 4-2-3-1. Bit of an up and down form for them at the moment. I believe they are currently in like 14th place. As we know, we are on an insane form. We've won 5 in a row. We have been unbeaten in our last like 11 games. Top of the league. Look at Bordeaux as well. Bordeaux is cooking right now in that 3rd spot. We're taking on QRM here in that 12th spot at the moment. Let's see how this goes. As we are underway here on the road at QRM's grounds, their pitch. We have a bunch of different guys in the lineup today. Like I said, Vols and Rigo are both getting like a full rest. They're not even in the team today. So we called up some guys who we want to get some playing time. You can see like the Turkish center back is in the left center back. Hadjam and Mbemba are both playing on the wing backs. Maega is up from the second team. Godwin is up from the Unit 18s. Amine is getting the start on left wing, and then the backup keeper is in net. As we have a highlight deep in our end here off a throw-in. And we turn that away. Fantastic stuff, but they get it right back. Try to work it back in. Doesn't look like there's much there for them. They go out wide. Into the middle, we have numbers, and we say, no, sir, get that out of here. Alrighty. Counter, perhaps? Maega, we have numbers. We have numbers. Somehow, he didn't get the pass, but we still have the counterattack, and we get a goal! Maega makes a terrible decision to not pass it to anybody, loses it, but luckily the tackle goes straight to us. We get some puck luck out of that, and Grenoble goes up 1-0 here in the 17th over QRM. Oh, no. Oh, no. You gotta be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. Alright, we have made a formation change with the red card we have acquired. We brought in Shantip for Maega. He's playing as an inverted fullback role, so we have the back 3. And then we're just not playing with the DM. We changed Godwin to a deep-lying playmaker. We sold the Mazzala. And then we have Mbemba as a complete wingback here on that right side. And then Shantip. I mean, we're getting yellow cards out of, like, just crazy. We told the guys to calm down and everything. We should probably also say, hey, let's not get stuck in. Let's take that off. Oh, my God. Oh, we got lucky, but then we didn't. The initial header hits off the bar, but then as our keeper's laying on the ground, the rebound goes right to a player on their team, and it's 1-1 QRM. This might be the end of the win streak here. Oh no. No, now we get a handball? This is not what you... This is a disaster. And the keeper dives the wrong way. QRM is now up 2-1. And things are just not what you want here in Grenoble. And then they score again right before the half. They get a free kick and they put another win on us, another goal on us, and it's 3-1 QRM. And they just put another one in. This is not going to go well. Basically, what we're trying to do right now is we're trying to just overload the midfield. Like, I have them trying to trap inside. I even have the opposition to where we're trying to force their outside right players onto their left foot so they go inside, their left guys onto their right foot so they go inside, and then once the ball's inside, you tackle harder on these guys. It's just not working. They have more guys than us. It's tough. Oh my god. Penalty. There we go. There's our chance. There's our momentum chance. Pastalacci is hurt, though, it looks like. Sylvester is taking this because Pastalacci is hurt, I'd imagine. And Sylvester nets it. It's going to be 4-2 here for Grenoble. To nobody. Well, we keep it down. He might have been off. He finds the net, but he might have been off. Holy shit, he wasn't. It's a one-goal game? Holy shit. Nice knockdown there from Godwin. Sylvester with the through ball. I mean, it's a 4-3 game. Holy shit. Holy shit. They whip it in. That was the easiest of all time. I mean, nobody was defending any of those guys. Well, we managed to get it within one goal, but that was just too much to overcome. Oh my god, we brought it within one goal again, somehow. Holy hell. Somehow the whistle still hasn't blown. We're in the 98th now, man. It's supposed to be +6. Come on! There we go. We only lose by 1 somehow. Great for the goal differential on the season, but, I mean, just disappointing. Hajam getting sent off in the 20th minute. We're just scrambling from there, getting a ton of yellow cards. But, we do make it more competitive, but overall, obviously, they took it to us. A 4-1-2 XG. That's just not happening if we have 11 guys. Yeah. Brutal game, but could have been worse. And we're going to have 2 players suspended for our next game. Mendy reaches his yellow card limit, so he's going to miss the next game against Kane. And then obviously Hajam is going to miss the game because he got a red card. So 2 suspensions for that game. Brutal stuff to our U18 player, or U19 player, Godwin. He just got a hernia in a weight session, and then Jahami just came back from his injury, and now he's out for 3 months with a hip injury. Just brutal stuff going on. And today it is time for the French Cup quarterfinal draw. Who will we be playing? So whoever wins our game against Reims will then be taking on whoever wins Toulouse or Marseille. That's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough. Toulouse not having the greatest season, but they've managed to get this far here in the French Cup. Whereas Marseille, they're one of the French teams that I knew about even before I started watching soccer. So, gonna be tough if we end up having to face them, but obviously we have to get through Reims, however you say this, first. the team that dominated the 50s. So we're here on the last day of the transfer deadline. It is we're just looking around, seeing if there might be somebody we want to possibly bring in on either a transfer or a loan. When it comes to loans, or possibly even a transfer, we've got this Pedro Ruiz guy who I really like. 23-year-old striker, currently with Marseille. Doesn't play for them. They have him on loan because he doesn't play for them. They want him to get playing time. But the thing is, I'm more interested in kind of just like getting this guy and like developing him and having him like long term, rather than just loaning him in and trying to make him an important player for us immediately. Because if we go and make an offer for him, you'll see that they expect us to make him an important player, which is not exactly what we're trying to do here. Now, his contract does expire at the end of the season, so I guess we could possibly just wait until he's a free agent and then bid for him then. But I'm also tempted to just be like, I don't want to just let him go to free agency and then have anybody bid on him. Like, we could probably just straight up afford a transfer for him right now. So I'm kind of interested in just doing that. Like, what would they say? Okay, never mind. They're not really interested in that. They would crank it up to where we can't get it. So I guess we're just going to keep an eye on Pedro Ruiz here because we really like him. 18 jumping reach, 16th strength, and 15 heading. I'm thinking that maybe next year we play like a 2-striker system, or maybe, I don't know, maybe he's just a backup for us. But if we pick up this guy, I would definitely want to involve some sort of target forward in our tactic because I like target forwards. I don't know, it just appeals to me having a big giant striker who you can just hoof it up to and he can knock it down for other guys, flick it onto other guys, score header goals on set pieces, score header goals on crosses. There's just something about that appeals to me for some reason. I've just been attracted to it ever since I've started playing this game. And we don't really have that guy on this team, but this guy is definitely interesting to me, so we will definitely keep tabs on Pedro Ruiz as things go along. But like I said, just like as far as like what we currently have with our roster, I'm thinking maybe like it's just like if we're gonna push anybody down out of this lineup, I just don't really know where we're gonna do that. And like even Son Yang's back from his injury. So that means that he's going to slot back into this inside forward role, or this left winger role, which means that we're going to throw this back to being a just fullback attack, and then this will just be a regular winger attack since Son Yang is a left footer, not great in his right foot. And that also means that Lenny Joseph now drops out of the regular sub-rotation, and we're already starting to, we want to play Lenny Joseph a decent amount, so we're already starting to get down to here where, like, we're struggling to find time for guys that we want. Whenever we need the one thing I will say is that whenever we need, like, a midfielder to have a rest, right now the backups are, like, Mbemba, who I'm mainly using as a right-back backup rather than a midfielder backup. He's an option in the midfield. But, like, if we ever rest Benet or somebody, it's, like, Torre, who goes in one of those spots. It's Geno, who goes in one of those spots. It's Maega, who goes in one of those spots. It's Godwin, who, when we call him up to the senior squad, goes into one of those spots. So it's a lot of young guys who go into those spots right now. And at the moment, we probably don't need Godwin up because he's hurt. We want him down on the U19 team. Same with, what's his name here? So, if we bring in a midfielder, I don't really know who we would push out of this, and it would just be a guy who plays here and there. So is that really worth going out and buying somebody for, who's not just like a young project? Probably not. If I had to imagine, if we did, it would be somebody who can play right back and midfield and gives us like an Mbemba replacement because, like, we like him, but he's not the most exciting player. I don't think he's that great. He can hold his own, but he's definitely not like our long-term option there as Terrain's number 2. All right, it's looking like we actually are going to bring in a younger guy who's kind of like another Mbemba. He can play all up the midfield, as well as defensive right. I believe he can play some wing. Yes, he can play some wing, too. Can't play striker. He can play center back as a 5'7" guy. But we mainly are looking at him as a right back and then a center, like defensive mid, center mid, attacking mid. He can play that too. We don't use that at the moment, at least in our formation. And he can even mix it in some right wing as well. So very versatile. He's only 23. He's got decent feet. He's got a reasonable left foot, very strong right foot, and he's got 3 really solid traits. Tries killer balls often, looks for the pass rather than attempting to score, tries tricks. Very creative player, it seems. He has 14 flair at the moment. Looks like he could be pretty solid if he develops. And we are going to attempt to bring him in here. He only expects to be a fringe player. You can see he's also really good in big matches. He's versatile. We are interested in this guy. Our recommendation for him is an A-. So let's go ahead and see if we could bring in Samuel Alabi here on a pretty cheap deal. He does have low patience, his agent does, so we're not going to mess around too much with this. All right, we're going to go ahead and do this. $156,000, 2-year deal. We are offering that to Samuel Alabi, and he's going to be one of our acquisitions here at the transfer window, assuming he accepts this. Alrighty, the deal for Samuel Alabi has gone through. The versatile 23-year-old midfielder slash right back slash right winger. He is a 2.5-star currently and a 3.5-star potential, according to our scouts. I'm good with that. We are going to be paying him up to $300,000 through the transfer. The initial cost is like 200 something. 240,000 right here, of course, that's right there at the top of the page. Holy cow. That guy on Nice, Claude Maurice, rhyming accidentally over here, they just released him. They just mutually agreed to terms to be released here. Somebody who just never really looks like he got any sort of thing going at Nice. And he is somebody we like. We don't want him to be making $1 million like he was at Nice, but maybe now that he's been mutually released by them, that he is somebody who would be like, hey, I'd be down to not sign for $1 million. Oh, that's right. We recently tried to talk to him, and also he's still estimated to make like $1 million. So, not really what we're looking for. Not ideal. He's still on our short list. We're still going to keep tabs on him. Maybe when we get promoted or something and we get a huge boost to our budget, we can possibly look to bring him in, but not at the moment. So I do think that is going to be all we do at the transfer deadline here. We might bring in like a couple of free transfers, guys who are not currently with teams, but I doubt we bring in anybody, like we buy anybody else. So I think that's all we're going to do here. This is the squad we're going to be rocking with here for the rest of the season, trying to get promotion up to Ligue 1. I lied. We're actually bringing in another guy right now. Remember this guy? We were looking at him in the very beginning of the season, 29-year-old defensive midfielder. We are bringing him in on a fringe player deal. He does not expect to play a ton. We're not going to be playing him a ton, but he is an option to have here down the stretch. And the contract we are going to be giving him is just for the duration of this season. So it's only like 5 months. In June, he's gone. We do not want him for a second season. He just finishes out the rest of this season with our squad, and then he's gone. So he's just helping us out here on like $151,000. We're doing that. So we're gonna bring this guy in. He's a decent midfielder. He's gonna help us out the rest of the year. Alrighty, we are here at the League 2 transfer window roundup. It is over. You can see here the biggest spenders were AS Saint-Étienne. They spent $4.7 million as they brought in both of the top deadline day deal and the top transfer window deal. They brought in a fullback who used to be at this Belgian club. We don't know much about him. And they also brought in this midfielder who is 36 years old and looks like he has some really good mentals, but he's probably very not great on like his physicals anymore. Like he's probably very slow. We can see that he has 5 to 9 pace. Looks like this guy actually has played for some pretty top tier clubs. He's played for Sevilla. He's played for Inter. While we had the most players brought in and also the most players gone out. So we were pretty active here. Nothing too major, I don't feel like, but definitely some moves on the edges of our roster that can definitely help us here down the stretch. Well. Look at this. January's League 2 Player of the Month is Meissa Ba. 3 appearances, 3 goals. Apparently that gets him Player of the Month. We will take it. And then he also dedicates the award to me. That's right. My players love me. And there you have the monthly performance review yet again. Untouchable from the board, A, job security, and then A+ from the supporters. They love us. Everybody loves us here in Grenoble. Despite the board still not wanting to extend us, I haven't asked them for a little bit, but I'd imagine that if I asked this time, they would still deny it. I mean, I'm tempted to do it. I was wrong. They've finally been convinced. They are going to offer us a new contract. Hell yes. And apparently a player on FC Ruin has been accepted for a $0 transfer fee from this club in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. I would imagine that this player, if he's going there, is probably not somebody who is going to fit in our squad. Oh, I think I actually am aware of this guy. Yeah, no, this guy is not he's not going to be somebody we're interested in. So we are absolutely not going to match his bid. He can go play for that team. I don't give a shit. And we're out here getting 10.0 ratings from Chap Che. And we've got a bit of a tough stretch here coming up for us. You can see Bordeaux. They are on great form right now. They've actually won 6 in a row. 2-1 over Angers, 1-0 over VAC, 1-0 over Auxerre, 3-1 over Dunkirk, 3-1 over Saint Etienne, and then 1-0 over QRM. And then they drew, and then they won. Then they lost in the cup round, but then they won in the league. They won in the league. They drew, they won. So they haven't lost in league since their last time they've played us back in September. So Bordeaux on a bit of a really good run here. So basically we have Caen, who are currently in 9th and are also on a bit of a good run here. You can see they've won 3 of their last 5. So after we play Caen, then we have our cup game against Reims here. As we look at the fixtures, we have Caen, Reims, and then we have Bordeaux. So a 3-game stretch here that's going to be tough. The first one, Caen, even though they're on a good form, they're a 9th place team, so they're probably somebody who we're going to be trying to get guys rested against. Although at the same time, maybe not. But because Reims is just a couple days later, and then Bordeaux, this is really important. The Bordeaux one is very important because they are right behind us in the points. So we do not want to be not getting points. We need to make sure that we're keeping ahead of them, as Bordeaux are just on an insane run right now. But we might be playing some guys who we don't usually play. I wouldn't say maybe like 19-year-olds, but some of the bench players might be starting for us as we get a new contract offer. Yes, they expect us to be competitive in the French Cup and then just reach the playoffs this year. And then next year they expect us to win promotion. So right now we're on track to do that 1 year ahead of schedule. And then for after those years, they just expect us to build on promotion to League 1. They expect us to develop players using the club's youth system, which we do like, and then sign players in the lower levels of the domestic game, which we do need to do a better job of, scout more of those teams, and make sure we're keeping an eye on some guys on like the National and National 2 sides and see if we can sign some guys like that. But let's go into these negotiations here, and let's see if we can perhaps say, hey, give us a sort of thing where if we get promoted, you extend us for 2 years even. Boom. Give us a 2-year extension if we get promoted. I'll even say, hey, drop us down a couple on salary. And they love that. Boom. We get promoted, we get extended 2 years. We're going to finalize that deal. Bingo. Love to see it. We are going to be locked in here in Grenoble at the Alps for quite some time. As there you have it. We are signed through 2026, but it also kicks in with a 2-year extension if we get promoted. So, potentially through 2028. Love to see it. Alrighty, it's time to take on Kane. We are coming off a loss. Yeah, so what am I saying? Yeah, we did. It's been so long since we played games because I was doing the transfer deadline. We lost our last game against it was QRM because we went a man down and they got a lucky win against us. But we're looking to get back on track here against Kane, who are in good form right before we play our huge cup game quarterfinal and then Bordeaux with a massive matchup here in Ligue 2. Lots of just passing around the back for Kane so far. Nothing really moving upfield until now. Salama is going to find space. But then Mamadou Diarra will tackle him. You'll see that we have some couple guys in different positions. Namaga is in at the Carolero role, and then Theo Valls is actually in at left back today because both of our left backs are suspended because of their yellow card limit for Mendy, and then for the red card suspension for the Algerian guy who I'm blanking on his name right now. So both of our left backs are out for this game, but they will be back for the next 2 games. Also, Jeremy Bella here is in the game as he gets a yellow card early on. Really just nothing going on here for us so far. And, okay, Mablo made the save. It goes right to another guy on their team. That's a penalty. We're going to go down 1-0 on a penalty here in the 26th. Unless Mablo, who has been playing great so far with a 7.2 rating, can make a big save, he cannot. Kane will take a 1-0 lead. Maïssa Ba finds Bamba, who's now on this right wing as the advanced playmaker. Benet in that half space. Oh my god! Oh my god! Bamba and Bella cannot find the finish there. Bamba hits the bar. I just realized that we have Ba, Bella, and Bamba here in the top of the attack there. The triple Bs. Drops it back for Terrain. Works to the middle, perhaps. Yes. Finds Benet. Oh, Jahami has been stoned by their keeper. And Benet gets hurt. Fantastic. Potential knee injury. Hampered by it. So Touré is going to come in the game here. And now it's halftime. We have 5 shots. None of them are on target. They have the corner. That is their big... that's like all of their XG, is the fact that they have a corner. Or not the corner, a penalty. What am I saying? They scored in a penalty, so that's the reason why their XG is so high. It would be very, very low if it was not for that. But maybe not. They have 2 clear-cut chances. We're doing nothing offensively. We need to figure it out. So we are playing right now. I switched it back to the inside forward here with the wing back, and then the advanced playmaker over here. So we swapped Sanyang and Bella, and then we have Valls on that wing back attack role going up the wing here. I think we're going to leave that, but we are going to go pass into space, play for set pieces, and then we're also going to counter and then just uncheck this so they can just decide what they want to do there. And those will be the adjustments that we make heading into the second half. Drops it back for Valls. Works to the middle for nobody, but then we get it back. Touré finds Bamba, drops it back for Rigo. He finds Bella, who finds Valls, cuts into the half space. And penalty! Penalty for us! Penalty for us! Point to the spot. Let's go. Maïssa Ba. The man who just won the January Player of the Month and then dedicated it to moi. Will he tie it? He will indeed! It's 1-1 here in the 53rd. We're back in it, baby. The new man, Namaga. Ooh! Gets robbed on the long shot there outside the box. Generating some chances now. We got 3 shots on target. We have the better XG. And here we go. Another highlight for us. Moving the ball around. Somehow Bella gets to that. He's in the half space. Another save by their keeper. Those are 5 subs. We are using 4 of them right now. Boom. Let's see if we can make something happen here. Down the stretch, a lot of green arrows, a lot of bright green arrows I'm seeing in the passing network. We love that. We do have that pass into space on. I might as well just start playing with this on all the time, to be honest, because we always generate all our chances with that on. Vols back to Joseph. Works it inside for Touré. Through ball to Maïssa Ba. And he's offsides. Oh my god, that would have been 2-1. We've switched to attacking. We've made our formation a bit wider. A bit higher tempo as well. See if we could possibly make something happen with that. As Sean Teep sends it long for Joseph. Knocks it down for Vols, who sends it long for Joseph once again. They might have been off. They might have been off. They were indeed off. They were indeed off. Ba looked like he was very off. I guess it was Joseph who was off because the pass went to him. And that's the end of the game. We draw with Kane in a game where we dominate. They had the penalty. We had the penalty. Our only goal was the penalty, but I mean, we had much more chances outside the penalty. Their basically only chance was the penalty. I mean, I guess they had 2 clear-cut chances, but I mean, we had 4. 3.45 XG. Only score 1 goal, 18 shots. We gotta be finishing better than that. And Jesse Benet, who literally just came back from his virus or whatever he had, twisted his knee in that game. He's out for 4 to 5 days, which means that he is going to miss the cup game. According to our staff meeting here, a monthly staff meeting, according to the guy that we have doing this, he thinks that Dante Rigo and both Postolacci are going to want improved contracts soon. They're both strongly recommended. Probably does make sense because Rigo is one of our best players, only getting paid $111,000 through 2026. And then Postolacci here, who also is one of our best players, is only 23, and he is only getting paid $83,000. So, yeah, I think we probably should see if we can extend them or make them not angry, but I also might wait to see if they just, ask at some point. Or, what does Postolacci want? If we schedule... we'll schedule them both. Why not? Yeah, so Postolacci, a lot of pros here. We know that he's good. I don't know if I want to guarantee him an important player. Maybe just regular starter. He doesn't want that. So we'll do important player. And yeah, I would say that's probably about what we would expect. Maybe we'll talk him down a little bit. So yeah, we're going to offer Postolacci $351,000. He has a goal bonus, he has a Team of the Year bonus, and he has a seasonal landmark goal bonus. He's 23. He's very, very good. He's going to be a part of our team even when we get to League One when that happens. So we're going to extend him here. And then when it comes to Rigo, he also wants to be an important player. I think he already is an important player. We're not going to guarantee that he plays in a role. Yeah, he wants to be an important player. I'm pretty sure he already is anyways. So we're going to negotiate that. He also probably wants around the same. We're not doing no appearance fees or unused substitutes fees, and we're not doing this shit either. 411. 364. We'll do that. 364 for Dante Rigo. Both of them getting quite big pay bumps. But, I mean, we got to keep the players happy. He's one of our best players. He's going to be around. We don't want him... And if he does get poached, he gets poached. But, him and Postolacci are both guys who would sell for multiple $1 million at this point, or at least $1 million. I would definitely try to make it multi. But, they're 2 of our solid players. They both should be able to perform in League One. We are going to finalize that deal. And if we do get promoted, we should be getting a pretty good money boost to our payroll, to our transfer budget, to just the club in general. So these contracts might look like they're super expensive right now that we have guys, now they're in this range. but we can definitely still afford it at the moment, and it's once we get promoted, it's going to look like chump change. That's not good. Pastalacci just got food poisoning. He's out for 1 to 5 days, so he might also possibly miss the cup game, which is not what we want. We just got an update on Sarı Kaya here, the 18-year-old Turkish center back we have. You can see here lots of good pluses here: performance and training, recent development. He's got Resolute. He's potentially League One Uber Eats standards because that's the sponsor of League One. He's good in the air. He's got good heading. Versatility. His con is that he's currently a leading Nacional player, but you can see here his potential is that he is a potentially League One standard player, and the way he's developing, he definitely looks like he's going to get to that point. I mean, I think he's good to play here in League 2 right now, and he has. He's played 6 games for us. He's made 6 appearances this season. You can see most of these arrows are going up. Not too many are green ups, but there's a lot of yellow ups, and then we have the green up for marking here. I think he's going to be a quite solid player for us. So this is what we're going to be running in the cup game against Reims. Pastalacci, you can see, is currently hurt. He had his food poisoning. He's not quite full fitness, but he has full conditioning. His sharpness is good enough. We're going to play him. We want him to play. Sanyang's only good for about 75 minutes, so when he's going to be getting taken out for Lenny Joseph at some point. Mendy is back at that left back position, and we want that inside forward. I was liking how this was working when we had the inside forward and we had the wing back attack rather than the full back attack and just the regular winger. So I think that we are just going to try that, although no, I think we're going to go back winger attack. We're going to put him on box-to-box, and then this will be the fullback attack since he can just fill that, and we don't need Vols particularly filling in as the Carolere. We can have more of a box-to-box to fill this space here. Yeah. So I think that's what we're going to go with. We also made it so we are passing into space. We're playing for set pieces against a better team than us. And we took off this to just be, they can decide what they want to do, and then we always want to counter. So we're going to try to be playing those long balls behind them on the counter and see if that works like it did against Nice. Oh, also, Jesse Benet is still, what does he have? He returns to full training tomorrow, but he's not quite full stamina, so he is not going to be in the squad for this game. This is your reserve team. These are your starting 11. Let's get into it. And here we are. Grenoble, rocking the 4-3-3, coming off a loss and a draw. And Reims, who are drawing a lot of games in Ligue 1, apparently. Big-time matchup here in the quarterfinal of the French Cup. Nice slide tackle from Pastalacci. We get the ball back. Vols sending on Bama up that left wing, who's probably going to cross it in if I had to imagine. No, he's going to work it into Mendy, who misses the net. Oh, no, it's saved. He did hit the net. That was a shot. That's deflected for a corner. And we have ourselves a corner here in the 8th minute. Vols whips it in. Oh. Not quite what we wanted, but we'll take it. Getting a chance. And they're going to clear our chance there, but then Terrain knocks it down for Sylvester. You could have just went back to Terrain there, man. He was making a run, but you didn't see it. So now we're passing around at our back here. Vols finds Terrain, who misses the net. Definitely not Jeremy Ito on that left wing, or that right wing for them. Our left wing back, winning it back for us, as Chapche makes a terrible pass. And then a long shot somehow has to be saved by Mableau. It can't be caught. So they have a corner here in the 16th. Oh my god. Teray on that near post, just getting that shit out of there. No, we don't like the corner into across into a contested area. We somehow get it back. Rigo sends it long for Teray. Drops it back. Sylvester. Oh my god, turned away by the keeper yet again. We have another corner. It'll be Vols taking that, I'd imagine. Yes, it is indeed. Chapche header, please. No, nothing. Bamba recollects it, though. Cuts inside. Oh my god, another big save by their keeper. And another corner for us. And we have ourselves another corner. Dante Rigo. Chapche header, please. Speak it into existence. Oh my god. Let's go! The Chapche header gets fucking defended, but Pastalacci on the follow-up. It's 1-0 Grenoble here in the 33rd. Oh my goodness, that deserves a replay. Strong header from Chapche. Pastalacci on the volley rebound. Fantastic. Oh, nice long ball from Sylvester. Finds Touré in the half space. Holds it up a bit. Drops it back for Sylvester. Vols in the middle. Long shot outside the box. Stopped by their keeper. I'm loving the chances we're getting, though. I mean, all the highlights are just us in their end. As here we have the ball playing Chapche. Finds Touré. Sylvester with the one touch to Touré. Another save by their keeper. Oh, look at Chapche. Way too far up the field here, but makes the interception. Works it off to the middle. Vols. One touch. Here we go. Touré. Oh my god! That one looked like it was destined for the top corner, but the keeper makes another big save as we head to halftime up 1-0, and we are dominating this game. We're dominating it so much that they're making 3 subs at halftime just to get anything going as Mendy just walks it out of bounds. What the fuck is that? And Sylvester gets hurt. He has to come out. That is not what we want. So, Amine is going to come in. I don't like this run. I don't like this run. Mendy. Big tackle. But then they get it back. Mendy again! Double tackle inside the box from Mendy. And now we're on the counter. Touré up that right wing. He's the Mazzala. Gets tackled himself, but that's a free kick for us. That's a chance. We can whip that in for a header. Absolutely. But the highlight cuts out there, so we don't do that. A lobby. Crosses it in. Another save by their keeper. Rigo works it wide for a lobby. Look at all this space. Another save. I guess that was deflected, and now the keeper's coming up to join the attack. Tipped away by Mebleu. Hang on, boys. Hang on. Another save! Oh no, it hits the bar. It hits the bar. It's a goal kick. And that's got to be the end. It is! Grenoble! The Cinderella run continues as we take down another Ligue all side. 1-0 here over Reims. Incredible stuff here at Stade des Alpes. Another upset. We have 15 shots. 12 of them were on target. Not the highest XG, but we do enough to get the dub. But very unfortunately, Eddie Sylvester is going to be out for 6 to 7 weeks if we use the club doctor, which is what we are going to do. I mean, it does nothing if we go to the specialist. It's still 6 to 7, so 6 to 7 weeks for Eddie Sylvester, and now we have to dip into our depth here at winger, as we are set to play Marseille here in the quarterfinal. They're going to be tough. They are very, very, very good. If we look at Ligue 1 at the moment, Nice is still in 4th. I mean, look at all these teams in good run up here. We beat Nice, though. Now we have to play Marseille. We just beat Reims, so we're in that playoff relegation spot at the moment. I mean, we beat Nice, but now we got to somehow find a way to beat Marseille. Very good to see. Both Dante Rigo and Pastalacci have both signed their extensions. That is good to see. And here it is. We are on the road here in Bordeaux, taking on Bordeaux, obviously. At least I believe we're on the road. We might be home. Actually, we might be home. But who cares? It's a huge matchup. It's us taking on Bordeaux. Number one, they've actually dropped down to 3 because they drew their most recent game. So Rodez is now in second place, but still a massive, massive, massive game for us. We need a dub. We might actually be at Bordeaux Stadium. I think this is definitely Bordeaux Stadium because we're wearing white. I feel like if we were the home team, we would be wearing blue, and they would be wearing their alternates. But we're wearing white here. And Bamba getting tackled, and then Alabi doing whatever that was. And Bamba's already hurt? Like, is he actually hurt, or is he faking it? Aha! The first minute yellow card. Bitch. But nothing too major. As they pass right through our defense. Luckily missed the net, though. Free kick for us. Penalty! Penalty right before half. Maïssa Ba was shoved, and we have a chance to make it 1-0 Grenoble right before half. Literally nothing has been happening this entire first half. They get another yellow there, and we have... Is this Benet? It is. Jesse Benet with a chance to give us a lead. And he finds the back of the net. The keeper dives the wrong way. And Jesse Benet, with his 10th goal of the season, has made it a 1-0 Grenoble lead. Huge stuff here right at the end. I mean, boom, just like that. We're at the end of the first half here. I mean, literally nothing happened that whole half. All right, so here's the changes we're making at halftime. We have play for set pieces ticked on. Everything else is going to stay the way it is. But we also moved Teray into the game. Alabi is going to drop back in that deep-lying playmaker role and possibly try to use some of those killer balls, look for pass, tries tricks, and get us some nice long balls in on some like through balls and whatnot. Teray enters the game as Rigo comes out, who had a yellow and was like half stamina or like half condition. So we take him out of the game. Teray moves into the Carolero. This was box-to-box, so we move Mendy back to the wing-back attack. We move this back to the inside forward attack, so we flip these guys' sides. Sanyang is now the advanced playmaker on the right, and then Amine is now the inside forward on the left. No, dude. Did we push him? A lobby? Not the new guy. Come on. Dives the wrong way. It's a tie game. God damn it. Oh my god, then they get a through ball. Misses the net, though. Come on. I mean, at this point, they have all the momentum. We might as well just be trying to hang on for a draw. As they just barely missed the net. That looked like it went in at first. And that's the end of the game. 1-1 is your final. Somehow, once again, the only goals were us getting a penalty and them getting a penalty. Not much going on offensively. They definitely had more chances than we did. But overall, still just a meh game. But at least we didn't lose. At least we did not lose. And Bordeaux's unbeaten streak has now reached 10 games. But as we can see, we are still sitting in first place. We are 2 points in front of Rodez. We are still in an automatic promotion spot at the moment. And then Bordeaux actually has dropped down to 4th because they drew, whereas Saint Etienne here, they've won 3 in a row. And they also have the goal differential advantage on Bordeaux. As you can see, they have 20. Bordeaux has 9. So they are in the third place right now. Then it's Bordeaux, and then it's Ajaccio, something like that. And then Guingamp is the first team out of it, while Auxerre in really shit form right now, kind of free-falling. Whereas Paris FC, they're kind of cooking right now, trying to get into that 5th spot. So that is the wrap-up of the standings here, how things are sitting at the moment. Whereas these 4 teams are all in the relegation zone, with Annecy here as the team who would be in the, I would imagine they're in the promotion, or they're in the relegation playoff, playing probably however it works from the National 2, or from the National. I'd imagine they'd probably play whoever wins the playoff in the promotion playoff down there. And you can also see here in the expected goal table, we are first in expected points and first overall. We are having a plus 12 on our expected goals, though. And then just taking a look at the data hub very quickly. General performance, very solid. We have 57 actual goals, 50 actual points. First in expected, like I said, first actual. We have great scoring, high scoring, clinical shooting, aggressive shooting, clinical shooting. I mean, we're like way the hell up here by ourselves. Pretty much by ourselves over here. Defending, fewer blocks and fewer clearances. I'd imagine that's probably because we're tackling more and we're not like blocking and clearing. I don't really know. It seems like our defense is good, so I don't know why we would be so down here in defending. The defensive efficiency, though, quiet defense, but also leaky. Don't like that. Infrequently wins the ball. Reliable in possession. Lots of passing. Accurate passing, but there are some teams that are better than us. One of them being Paris. One of them being Dunkirk. Pitch tilt, we're like way over here. Lots of passes for, fewer passes against in the final third. Our pressing intensity is definitely way over here by ourselves. And then we're still not really doing much on set pieces. The goals from set pieces are pretty like average. The set piece attacking efficiency is also pretty average. And then I would say we're probably not great defensively on set pieces, according to this spray chart here. But, we're in first place, so you can't complain too much. Things are going well here in the Alps.